Howdy folks, and welcome back to Cyberpunk 2077, where today we're going to try to cover two of the other available endings. As usual, there are multiple different options, potential outcomes even within these two distinct endings. Again, depending on the choices that you made much earlier on in the game. Today's video is going to focus on the two potential outcomes that you can complete without doing any of the other story quests in the game. You won't need to complete the Panam Palmer storyline, you won't need to complete the Judy Alvarez storyline. These two potential outcomes are always going to be available. Unfortunately, neither of them are very good. I'd make the case that these two endings are even more depressing than the previous suicide ending, although the post-credits sequence isn't quite as bad. Both of these conclusions have a lot of overlap. A lot of the process is very similar, or even identical between the two, so I won't be showing you full playthroughs of both. I'll instead be following one and then simply showing you where the differences are, with obviously also the two distinct separate game endings. Regardless of any choices that you've made, each of the distinct endings to Cyberpunk 2077 involve visiting the Embers restaurant and nightclub and speaking to Hanako Arasaka, then returning with Misty to the Night City rooftop, where you make your decision. Where, much to Johnny's disgust, I've made the decision to accept Hanako Arasaka's offer. The logic behind that decision was Arasaka made the relic chip. If anybody knows how to get it out of my head without killing me, it's going to be the Arasaka Corporation. There is one slight flaw in that line of reasoning, however, logical though it may appear to be. And it's not just because the Arasaka Corporation can't be trusted any further than you could throw them. I mean, I'm sure that Hanako Arasaka will honour the letter of the deal that I made with her. I help her expose her brother, have him removed, have her put in charge of the company, she helps me with the relic chip. But whether she'll honour the spirit of the agreement is another matter.
Is that you, V? Or...
Yeah, it's me.
So, what now?
Waiting for my driver.
Come inside. We'll wait together.
Even that, though, isn't really the issue.
Who do we have here, huh?
That's Mr. Brightman. We found the poor guy in the trash behind the clinic. I think he misses Jackie.
Ain't alone.
Hanako promised that as long as I hold up my end of the deal, the Arasaka Corporation will do everything within their power to help.
Since you have to wait, mind if I give you a reading?
Sure, why not?
But that's not the same as promising to fix it.
Some believe uncertainty is an evil that should be dispelled through divination. Others claim it's change that is evil. But that isn't true either. Every minute of every day, we each become someone new. We shouldn't fear change itself, but only who we might change into. Knowing one's path is most important. I devised this layout especially for you and Johnny. Your future is his future, and vice versa.
Okay, I'm ready.
We'll start with you, V. The Fool.
What a surprise.
Let's dig deeper to find its meaning here. The Fool symbolizes the start of a journey, the announcement of something new. It's the inner child, curious of the world, but also naive and reckless. Sounds a lot like the V I first met. The Magician. A person of great talent and charisma. A leader.
Sounds like Johnny.
The card is reversed. That can mean a tendency toward addiction, mental instability.
Oh, okay, definitely Johnny. Is one great disturbance.
The final cards are about your futures. The Devil.
Whew, got another deck lying around? A cheerful one?
This is no joke, V. An inverted devil symbolizes subjugation, losing control, aggression, evil, a power struggle. Whatever you're planning, treat this as a warning.
Okay. And Johnny's?
The moon.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad, right?
I don't know, V. The moon is mystery. I think that's for you. Wait, is that an Arasaka stretch?
That's right.
But, V, they killed Jackie and now you're working for them?
Misty, listen. All this shit started because I decided to screw over the corp that used to sign my paychecks. If I can make things right, maybe, just maybe, things will go back to normal.
I get it. They're only cards. Always open to interpretation.
And that is mostly down to this guy.
So, this is where Arasaka's finest technology wound up. Charming. Where's the Ripper? Telling fortunes from rat bones in the back?
That's right. Matter of fact, remember the last time I did that, I trust?
I do. But I also recall what we spoke of that day. The construct in your head, and how it could affect decision-making. The same construct that, in its former life, detonated 2 nuclear warheads inside Arasaka Tower. And now, you and this construct have volunteered to sort things out in Arasaka. Interesting coincidence, wouldn't you say?
Think you might be out of line, Hellman. Hanako appointed you my chauffeur. So do your fucking job and drive me to North Oak.
Let us go.
And I'm going to pause it here, because this is one of the points during this particular playthrough where a crucial decision that you may or may not have made earlier on in the game is going to come back to have, in my opinion at least, very welcome consequences. Goro Takemura, everybody's favourite Arasaka cyber ninja, died earlier on in this playthrough because when Arasaka security raided the motel where we were holding Hanako hostage, I took Johnny's word for it that he'd already been killed. However, if you recognise that Johnny's full of shit and you go back and save Takemura, Hellman is not the only one who turns up in the Arasaka stretch limo to take you to Hanako's residence in North Oak.
Hey, it's good to meet again. You look like shit. I feel like shit.
Lovely little
It's getting worse. I'm sorry to hear this. We should go.
Wait a minute. When we last saw one another, we spoke of a construct in your head that could influence your decision-making. The same construct that, in its former life, detonated 2 nuclear warheads inside Arasaka Tower. And now you and this construct have volunteered to sort out things in Arasaka.
What is this about?
Has no one told you? Shame. The engram inside is Johnny fucking Silverhand. Recognize the name?
The terrorist.
Johnny's my concern, not yours. This is my decision. You didn't play a part. Gave you my trust once, Takemura. Now do the same for me.
That is enough for me. Let us go to the car. Hanako-sama is waiting.
He may be satisfied. I will be watching you.
I've got to admit, I was very happy to see Takemura back. Aside from Jackie, he's the best friend you've got in this game.
There. Why has she not called?
Hanako-sama, they may have cut communication at the residence.
Something has gone wrong.
Reckless driving will not improve the situation.
I'm not your bloody chauffeur! Didn't agree to this.
None of us did, matter of fact.
You are awake.
Don't remember conking out.
Eyes open now. We'll arrive shortly.
It turns out, suspecting that she's about to make a move on him, Yorinobu has had his sister Hanako placed under house arrest at her residence, not far from Karyuridine's place, up here in North Oak. I'd make a fuss about what a treacherous shit Yorinobu is, but well, he's absolutely right. Hanako is planning to make a move on him.
Weapons at the ready.
Are you mad? We must act natural. Just... everyone be still and calm, and this will all go smoothly. Is everything in order?
No one is allowed onto this.
Jesus Christ!
Efficient, effective, good work.
Blast it all!
What now?
They won't let us anywhere near her.
We are not here to ask anyone's permission. Hellman, go and bring the AV here. Things will get very messy soon. V, you will come with me.
I am in the bedroom in the central part of the building. Anders, you get the AV. But first, we must neutralize the 4 guards. Takemura, V, is your task clear?
We neutralize.
I will obstruct their communications so that no support arrives.
We will take the left side, through the garden.
If you don't have Takamura with you during this part of the game, it plays out exactly the same, it's just you have to do it alone, without the formidable Goro Takamura as backup. How the hell did that miss? There we go. This is a marvellous weapon, by the way. It's even better than Johnny's signature edition Memorian Arms tech pistol. It's a single shot weapon, but it goes through anything and does monstrous amounts of damage. It's particularly good at taking out mechs in one shot. And I can't remember what it's called. And I can't remember where you get it. I'm sorry, I'm being spectacularly cracked today. Hang on a minute. 4 guards? More than 4 guards? Fucking hell, Hanako.
I require backup!
Crap much.
I will go left.
Whatever. It's all target practice. Do the Japanese just count differently from everybody else or something? Yeah, there's more of them inside. See what I mean? Tech pistols. They go right through solid objects. It really does make it kind of... And it's particularly useful if you have either the talent that highlights anybody through solid objects if they're hostile towards you, or you're using the Netrunner ping quick hack, which basically does the same thing.
I believe. Yes, that is the last of Yorinobu's people. I await you.
Now, are you absolutely sure about that, Hanako?
Run out to get her. We'll be there soon.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't trust you or anything, but a minute ago you told me there were only 4 guards. So let's just say I'm going to keep my weapon at the ready.
I'm nearing the residence.
Good. Land by the pool.
These people, they simply left me no choice.
We have a job to do. Need to keep it together for all our sakes.
I need do nothing. It is just that. I believe a war has just begun.
War is a bit much, isn't it? A loaded word for any Arasaka.
Is that what you believe?
Just counting bodies. You, me, Goro, and Hellman makes 4. Actually, 3.5.
There is Oda, too. We will meet him there.
Pretty quick to get back on his feet.
He was provided with excellent care.
Anyway, Against all Arasaka and its armies? That's not much.
My brother is not all of Arasaka. Not yet, at least. He knows this well. It is the reason he surrounds himself with criminals like Adam Smasher.
That's supposed to make me feel better. Reality is we're on our own.
My father was on his own, and he built an empire.
Another potential minor difference here. Oda, Hanako's bodyguard. If you killed him during the raid on the parade, then he's obviously not going to be present here. But if you did respect Takamura's wishes, because Takamura trained him, didn't want to see him dead, and you spared his life, then he will be present further on in this particular playthrough. He only has a minor role to play, but he won't be here at all if you killed him during the raid on the parade. Hellman, of course, is really starting to feel the nerves here. I mean, at the end of the day, he's a chip designer. He's not cut out for this sort of thing. So he starts hitting the champagne pretty hard.
Is it not too early for champagne? But if it helps you calm down, does anyone else have trembling hands?
No need. My hands are fine.
I might beg to differ, V.
Felt better.
How do you mean?
Get these, blackouts.
Hellman?
If I had to guess, his central nervous system is a shambles. Honestly, it's a miracle he can still walk.
Watch your tone, or it is you who will find it hard to walk.
Enough. We must make haste. Once Yorinobu has been dealt with, we shall attend to your needs.
Oh, shit.
Slowly.
Thanks.
You can do it. We are almost there.
Kerry? Really? Honestly, this guy has no sense of occasion. None whatsoever. Kerry, now is not the time.
Takemura, gather your force. Every loyal soldier must stand ready.
We shall await your signal.
V, you must come with me. This way.
Probably won't get another chance
To do what?
to fill me in on your plan.
What if I have none?
Don't play dumb with me, Hanako.
You and Takemura had a plan the day of the parade. Moments later, you had nothing. Your plan was in tatters. And yet we are here now. Do you know why? Because sometimes you have to look the truth in the eye. Back then, that is what I did, thanks to you. You have a very honest look.
That's how we're swinging the Arasaka board? You want me to stare at them?
Weapon at the ready.
If my charms don't work, we go for more tried and tested methods. I see what you're getting at.
You have yet to see, as do they all.
Where are we actually going?
This is one of Arasaka's most closely guarded secrets.
Hang on, is this...
Father's office, a faithful replica of the original in Tokyo. He ordered one made in every Arasaka branch on the planet. Every last detail, every item, arranged as if he could navigate it blind. That is the way he is, meticulous, fastidious.
Was.
I beg your pardon?
Meant to say was.
Symbols are more resilient than you think. The question is, if the faction leaders remain loyal to Arasaka values, and if they will find the courage to admit their mistake.
Honestly, wishful thinking at best. My testimony's worth shit here. Not as if you've got much leverage either.
We shall soon know. Come.
Hanako has a little surprise for us. And honestly, I really should have seen it coming.
We're going down.
I told you. Mikoshi can be accessed only from a room beneath Arasaka Tower. Before we interrupt this board meeting, we must do one more thing.
Huh? Keep getting this weird feeling you're not telling me the whole truth.
Because I am not telling you the whole truth. I am cautious.
Thought you said we trusted each other.
There is trust between us now. That is why you are here. Though earlier, soon after you abducted me, I sought his counsel.
Whose?
Who do you think, V? Come on, work it out.
Fathers.
It shouldn't have been hard.
His office is not the only replica he created.
What?
It really shouldn't have come as any surprise that the reason Saburo Arasaka was developing the relic technology in the first place was because he was coming to the end of his natural lifespan.
お父様、この人よ。
お前は我が社から盗みを働いた。
Fuck me, Dizzy.
さらには娘の誘拐に加担し、今度は息子を葬り去ろうとしている。荒坂に随分と恨みがあるようだな。
Could have given me a heads up.
No, I could not have.
Why?
私が公害を禁じたからだ。
V, you are being disrespectful.
You're fucking right I am.
If you think I'll talk to you, forget it.
お前の意見は関係ない。
Made a deal with Hanako, not you.
ほう、それはどうかな。準備はいいぞ、花子。
I have to admit, I kind of panicked here. Thought that the reason I've been brought down here was so that it could transfer his personality into my body, but that wouldn't have made sense. My body's only fit for Johnny Silverhand right now.
It is done. We may go.
Let's get out of here.
That, after all, is kind of the point.
Johnny. Fuck no. Not now.
It won't be much longer, V. Will you stay with us?
Don't have a fucking choice now, do I?
Please, calm.
I'll be calm when all this is over.
Dire moments are upon us.
You got a good memory for faces, Oda.
V is with us.
Of course, Hanako-sama.
Is it just these?
The rest are in position, ready to do as instructed. These are the most effective by match and loyal.
To me or to my money?
I would say it's 20% to 80, Hanako-sama.
Very well. It will have to do. Now come.
You in on this?
In on what?
Saburo's comeback. Just spoke to his construct.
What?
He digitized his engram. Made copies. In case he died.
No. He would have told me.
Why? So you take your job as his bodyguard lightly?
Aryan.
Feel that, Goro? Night City just gave you another kick in the nuts. Running start this time.
If we cannot convince them, we could lose control of the situation.
Then what? Need me to neutralize them too?
Keep your weapon at hand. And do not utter a word until I ask you to. No matter what happens,
It's an island.
you must trust me.
With 12,000 inhabitants.
We could relocate them. Archipelago, you know, so there are other islands around. It's something.
I am late. Apologies.
Hanako, what are you doing here?
My brother, where is he?
He told us to start without him.
Then, begin without him, we shall.
Begin what?
The removal of Yorinobu from his position as CEO of Arasaka.
Did I hear you correctly? What are you doing? You cannot... Hanako. I believe you owe us an explanation.
V, this is your seat.
Hear that? Plant your ass somewhere else.
Well, are you going to move? Or do I have to move you? Wise choice.
This is outrageous.
Much obliged.
Yorinobu murdered my father and exploited his death to justify his warmongering. And you knew of this. All of you.
Fascinating.
Careful what you say.
Yes, indeed. Worse than nothing else. Is this all you have?
I have an eyewitness.
You lapped up Yorinobu's lies eagerly like the dogs you are. Convenient to be so docile.
This little stage show is starting to bore me. Will someone call security?
Great idea. They can go straight to Yorinobu and ask him what happened at Konpeki Plaza. Just make sure they're armed. Your boss starts strangling people when he gets mad.
I can confirm this.
Says a wanted man.
A serious accusation, admittedly. But nothing more.
If our testimony is not enough, perhaps you will listen to my father.
Oh. Arasaka-sama.
赤子のようにまんまと騙されたか。日和見主義に走ったが、いずれにせよ、彼にも役員である者たちがなんと情けない。
This? Is this to convince us? Ah, magic trick.
マーヘッド、お前がミリテクとの全面戦争を憂慮していたとき、私はこう言ったはずだ。お前には3つのものが欠けている。自信、知性、そして根性だ。
Arasaka-sama,
見たところ、あれから何も変わっていないようだな。
It's him!
Arasaka-sama, what is your command?
花子の指示に従え。花子の発する言葉は全て私の言葉同然だ。
Objections?
What the hell's happening?
Clearly, someone objects.
Who activated the lockdown?
Is it you? Is this your doing, Hanako? To lock us in here so we devour each other like rats in a cage?
Hear that?
Have you brought more of this filth from the street? I asked...
Well, it looks like Yorinobu has an objection.
Danger ahead. Arasaka-sama banzai!
Neutralize us.
You're gonna love it in Solidarity.
I did not believe you would go to such lengths. I will gather a force and take control of Arasaka Tower. You must find my brother. This lift will take you to the upper atrium. From there, you can reach Yorinobu's floor.
Hanako-sama, I can be of assistance.
So be it. But he is not to be harmed. You are to capture him, nothing more. He is still my brother. If you harm a hair on his head, our agreement will be void.
I will cover her. Go! Takemura-san. V, I wish you the best of luck.
She can't believe that her brother would go to such lengths. Let's see. Let's just run down the checklist. He, well, first ran away from the corporation to form his own street gang, stole the relic technology and tried to sell it to the Kang Tao Corporation, murdered his father with his bare hands, took over the company, tried to arrange for his sister to die by providing her with terrible security at an event where it was known that there were security risks, and when that didn't work, sent in a hit squad to rescue her from her abductors while trying to make sure that she died in the crossfire. And she doesn't believe that he would go to such lengths. I can't help but feel that Hanako has a bit of a blind spot where her brother's concerned. And she is deadly serious about ensuring that no harm comes to him. Although that's not entirely because she loves her brother. The order that Yorinobu was not to be harmed doesn't actually come from Hanako, it comes from old man Arasaka. He needs his son alive, and not because he loves him.
I was wrong about Yorinobu. The Arasaka board, his own sister. He's not simply deceitful, he is insane.
Won't be long now. We'll nab him.
My people are ready. They await my orders. What should I tell them? An open attack?
No, Yorinobu expects that. Sly and quiet, that's us.
Like thieves?
Like thieves. Your people, tell them to stay behind us.
Secure the area. They hold your positions. Only we two will go on. But if you hear shots, you must come and support us.
Oh, they're going to hear shots. Don't worry about that. Shots will be fired. There are in fact quite a lot of shootouts that are about to occur, but only one of them is really significant.
Ending a string of attacks and executing those responsible.
Take cover!
You have received death from us.
Guards are taken care of.
There is a large room ahead. My brother's most capable men guard it. You know what to do.
Get ready. Yorinobu employs some exceptional Kuzutomo.
Well, they haven't met me yet.
My netrunners have dealt with the doors. You can keep moving.
There's one other member of the cast of The Rich and Famous that we haven't actually come across for quite some time. We've got Takamura with us. He was Saburo Arasaka's bodyguard. We've seen Oda, recovered from the injuries that we inflicted on him during the parade. Hanako's bodyguard. Yorinobu's got a bodyguard of his own, doesn't he?
As if they were gonna make this easy.
Your meat is
Adam Smasher! I fucking knew it! Trust me, I know.
Yep. With the exception of the suicide ending, no matter which choice you make, you are always going to have to deal with Adam Smasher, one way or the other. Takamura's down. Fortunately, he's not out. The only thing wrong with this pistol, I've just remembered what it's called by the way, Comrade's Hammer, is despite its penetration and its ridiculous damage, it does have questionable accuracy. The fact that I'm a shit shot and hopeless at first-person shooters doesn't help, of course, but there are multiple occasions when I've been using this pistol and I've had a target squarely lined up and the shot seems to have just gone right through them without doing any damage at all. If in doubt, just get close.
Enemy turret! Adam Smasher. Finally. Done and gone. What's your take, Johnny? Son of a bitch. Is basically scrap. Suppose it'll have to do. And Smasher, don't bother trying to get up. You pile of junk. Mercy for this thing? It's never too late. Something to think about.
Nah, fucking.
How about that, Johnny? That was for you. Rightly so. He did not deserve mercy.
Right. Justice has been done. Now it's time to confront Yorinobu. Except we're going to have to end it here because we're nearly 40 minutes in and we're only halfway through this ending. So we're going to see the conclusion to both of the Arasaka endings in the next video. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this one. And as always, take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.